Hi, it's Daryl again, and today I'm going to have a look at the Kapiti, no, not the Kapiti, the Ōtaki Expressway, or the new Ōtaki motorway. This is the road that bypasses the Ōtaki main road shops. Um, the This is roughly where it was back on that picture there. I stopped at the railway station and then I walked along the side of the railway tracks and then I climbed up on top of that bridge. Um, but it's just taking these images so you can see close up details. I didn't know this was a steel bridge. Well, I did know it was a steel bridge, but I forgot that it was a steel bridge. Anyway, so I walked around here. So I walked under, this is a cycle path or walkway, and it comes out approximately by the roundabout by the BP in the middle of Ōtaki, the kind of place where you always get stuck in traffic. Now, I took a slow walk up here and just recorded as I went. The point of my video is to show you lots of details. There's going to be bits in it that you're not going to find interesting. You can just skip through and look at it. But in a few seconds, I get up on top of the bridge and then you can see the roads. And I'll talk more about that as we go. I just wanted people to be able to see what's actually built. So, like, these footpaths and cycle lanes are an important part of the project. Just if you're into driving cars, they might not be things that you ever see. If you don't live in this area, it's not very likely that you'll be walking around. But, you know, it's important that people who get off the train, if they're commuting, they can walk around then go over this bridge. See, there's the BP station down there by the roundabout. That's where the traffic's going slow. The traffic was really quite bad. It's into school holidays at the moment, but I think this is just normal bad afternoon traffic. And so now I'm going to walk up there on top of the bridge and have a look off the side of the bridge. There we go. There's your first view of part of the road. There's quite a lot of asphalt down there. And these, as far as I can tell, these are not the top layers of asphalt. They're actually kind of a base layer. The reason why I say there's a base layer, because when I was looking, the gutters and drains don't make any sense. I think there's a drain down there. It's got sandbags around it, maybe. Um, these gutters and drains are higher than the road surface, so there's got to be more layers put on top. I might be mistaken. I might have seen that at a different point. Anyway, it's interesting. You can see that there's the light posts are up. A lot of the concrete rails are put in at the sides, stop you driving into the catchment pond there, stop you driving onto the railway track there. I'm looking south now, down towards Wellington, and you can see there's some sound barrier in there because there's a venue in there, like a wedding reception venue. It's kind of like a Italian building, Mediterranean building, and the fence. There's a good property. They've got a really nice huge lawn in there. Um, the railway station just down there, which is in the middle of the town, and you can see that there's quite a lot of asphalt being put in down there. And if I look all the way down there, you can see down to the other bridge, the bridge that goes across the river, and the bridge that goes across the bridge that goes across the road. Yes, we'll get closer to that. There's a gravel mounds in there, which is where that's been a gravel place. There's some pigeons hanging out on the lampposts, but you see the lights are actually installed on the lampposts. I thought for a moment there's no lights on the ends of the posts, but the thin line, I guess they're all LEDs these days. So there's the current state Highway 1 that's going through the middle of town. Big truck going across the bridge. Traffic's very slow, very busy. You can see all of the other drainage and site works that have been in place for years. I've got other videos about that if you want to see those. Oh, that's a post there for a camera. So, like all new highways, there's cameras and stuff installed on here so they can look for traffic problems or you can see it on those journey planning websites where you can see, oh, the traffic's bad. Oh, there's just some art detail. Got some birds engraved on the concrete sidings of the bridge there. You'll be able to see those when you drive under that part. Now I'm looking across to the other side. I didn't want to walk across. The traffic was real bad. Try and zoom in. You can see between the cars over there that there's quite a lot of this intersection done. Now this has got an on-ramp and an off-ramp in this location. So there's an off-ramp on the right-hand side and an on-ramp on the left-hand side. So this is where you can leave Ōtaki to go north, or if you're coming from Levin, this is where you might get off to go into the Ōtaki shops. There's a off-ramp right there. There it is. There's a better view. They've got those concrete blocks in the way at the moment so that people can't get confused and drive onto a road that's not finished being built yet. If you go further north, there's actually a bigger bridge over a river, and it's interesting to see that on all these highway projects. All of the river crossing bridges are really huge. Now I've got some other videos showing the details of the bridge that goes across the Ōtaki River. In the centre of the picture there you can see the concrete railing for the on-ramp, and the on-ramp goes down and then merges. Now I just noticed off to the side there's apparently another little road being built here. I don't know if this is anything to do with the project, but I thought that it might be, because there's that suburb up there on the other side is kind of cut up, and the roads in and out are not how they used to be. Might be just getting a better access for the locals who live there. This is looking south. That's the bridge I was on earlier in the video. And just having a pan over the area, you can see the gravel sorting plant. There's some new electric car, and I'm looking to the north up towards Levin at this point. So you'll get all the way on the expressway all the way past Ōtaki, which will get rid of a lot of this kind of traffic problem. Of course, the traffic problem will only be extended then to Levin, but there's actually a project on the board, and there's been a lot of plannings going on for 5 years or more about how to build the motorway around Levin. And as far as I can figure, the motorway around Levin is going to look like a kind of a question mark shape with a hook that goes around the top of Levin, so that you can split out and go to Palmerston North or over to Foxton. At that point, the traffic problem should be sort of figured out, because on the north side of Levin there's multiple ways to drive north, and that will thin the traffic out. What else can we see here? No, just walking back down towards where I parked my car. I guess, did I have a look at... Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so now I move to another location, and this is on the south side of the river. I parked my car south of the roundabout in the centre of that image, and had a walk. And so that's the on-ramp and off-ramps on the south side of Ōtaki. So if you're driving to Ōtaki, you drive almost all the way to the bridge and then take the off-ramp before Ōtaki and then drive across the old bridge. It was late in the day, so a lot of the workers had already gone home, and there's one of the workers walking home. And this is sort of near where I parked my car. So it's looking south, and then this is up to a new intersection. There's an intersection and a roundabout on the hillside. What's that? That's the eastern side of the new expressway there. They've changed all the roads around this Te Horo area because the road layouts don't really make any sense anymore. Well, they do make sense now that they fix them. There's a roundabout there as well, which is kind of interesting. I talked to just one of the guys who was working on the project just casually, and he said, yeah, it is a roundabout. It's kind of slightly odd. I think it's maybe a roundabout designed to have 2 lanes on one side and 1 lane on the other side. It seems a slightly unusual. It's asymmetric. That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit odd. But what's important here, like all the plantings are done, all the drainage works are done, and there is okay. So here I'm on the bridge looking. I'm looking north, so that's the new Ōtaki River Bridge, a nice huge bridge. Looks like it's designed to have 2 lanes in each direction. Might Is that a cycle path? I didn't notice that when I was looking at it before. There might actually be a separated cycleway on the side. It looks like there is. That would be good. That would be a nice way. Maybe you can ride down. I don't know. It does look like that. I haven't seen any. No other bridges seem to have that design. It does look like it has a pathway over there. That would be good. Maybe there's a horse riding pathway because some of the Kapiti Expressway has bridle trails for horses. Um, you can see so these layers of asphalt are slightly lower than the surface layer of the bridge, and this is where I see the drain. There's a drain there. See that drain? The drain's higher than the asphalt layer, so there's meant to be another layer of asphalt on top of this. So this is the base layer. Here you can see just all the drainage and plantings. So there's lots of plants planted there, and it has all these swales that are draining the water out. But also, they seem to go into catchment ponds. They don't drain directly into the river, which means that if there's silt and stuff, you're not going to sediment the river, which is good. Now we're looking south. We're looking south towards Wellington. So here I'm just standing in front of an off ramp. That's where you would, if you'd come from Wellington, if you've come from Wellington or Kapiti, you'd take this off ramp just here, and then go around this. Maybe it's going to be a roundabout. Go over this bridge over the railway line, and then go over the old bridge into Ōtaki. What's coming up next? Oh yes, so there you go. Just got some detail. You can see, yeah, there's a lot of the asphalting is done, but there's going to be another layer on top, as far as I can work out, and they have to put up the side barriers on the road. But you can see all the lighting's on. There's another bridge down there. I'm going to drive over that shortly, and I'll show you that. Yeah, so the road's doing quite well. This is one of those. This is that sort of roundabout on the eastern side of where I was just standing, and don't quite understand how this works, but it does have an on ramp. Okay, now I'm going to show you. I'm just going to drive south on the road on the eastern side to here. So this is just what that road looks like. Got a drain on one side, and on the motorway is on the right hand side. It's got all these shrubs and stuff planted on there, which will be quite good. Now I'm just going to teleport myself over to the Horo Interchange and do a drive through of that, and then I'm going to drive from Horo heading south down beside the new expressway. You'll be able to see bits of the expressway to the side maybe in the video. So here we go. So I think this is called School Road because there's a school back there, and the expressway is just in front of me. So you can see that there's some of those white pegs holding up the metal rope barriers, wire rope barriers. Okay, so I cut a bit out because it was too boring. So this is where I'm up to the bridge that cuts across the expressway and the existing State Highway 1. Anyway, you can see that there's a good cycle path for the school kids because it's on school road and it goes literally to a school. So that means that the kids that live on the western side of Te Horo can go to school without encountering any of the highway traffic, that's very good. You can see the bridge is really nice. It was just on sunset, so you get some pretty sunset colours here. And then once I'm over the bridge, I turn to the left to go to the existing State Highway 1, so I'm driving back down towards Paraparaumu. But if you turn right here, you go to Te Horo Beach, which is a little beachside community, a lot of little holiday houses. A few people live there all the time. and there's some farms and I don't know, lifestyle blocks down there. There's a cafe just here, so I'm going to stop the video when I get to the stop. You can just see the bridge there in the corner of the view. Cut out the bit where I wait a long time to get into the traffic. There you go, and I'm back on the existing. So this is this existing State Highway 1. You can just see how much traffic this is. It is the school holidays, but this is just normal afternoon traffic. There's just a lot of traffic all the time. There's the place where you can buy milk straight off the farm here on the right hand side, and I think you can get eggs there as well. You can see that see how the camera's bumping a lot. There's quite a lot of bumps and joins in this road, and so the camera doesn't sit very stable. So at the moment, on the left hand side is the railway line and the new expressway. Yeah, there you go. There's the bridge that. So that's the railway. The railway line goes through there, and then there's some underpasses through here as well. There's actually a pedestrian, or maybe it's a stock underpass. Maybe it's for the cycle lane. So that's this first underpass here, and then the second one is the road, because there's some farms on the other side of the railway line, and so there's some new road in the back over there, or some small section of road over there that allows people to get in and out of their farms. So you can see there's a lighting post on the left hand side, not a lighting post, a camera post, and you can see there's bits of the motorway here just on the left, and you can see how quite a lot of it's developed. Got the side rails, or the wire rope barriers are up there. Oh, that's not too bad a view. You can actually see something there, which is good. It's kind of it's a chip seal road, and you know, even though I'm only driving 70 kilometers per hour, there's quite a lot of vibration. I think it's partially to do with the way that my camera's mounted, but you can see that this expressway goes all the way through here. That's probably about enough. I think that's enough. Hope you got something out of the video, and that you can see that the project's coming along. Now, the guy I talked to reckoned that they were hoping that the targeting date was going to be November this year. So, you know, that's good. Maybe it'll be done by Christmas. Thanks for watching. Take care. Catch you later.